It is really quite incredible, and that yellow just can't be mimicked in other trees. It is a gorgeous, gorgeous sight. Many of you are going to get a chance to start to feel like fall in areas that really haven't seen all too much fall weather, that's for sure. Moisture pulled north towards our front. Now, I will say the best chance for that rain along the front will be in areas that don't really need it, through the Midwest and the Great Lakes, where you could really use the rain in the southeast. A lot of that precip starts to fall apart. So where it's been really soggy, where you're at record pace for the amount of rain for the year in a place like Minneapolis, you'll get more rain from tonight into tomorrow. That front, the further south you are, and then the further east you are, kind of loses its organization with regard to the rain. It still brings in that wind shift. You still cool down eventually. That is definitely going to happen. But the rain is a further north story. In Chicago, it's been pretty soggy even as of late. The rain Wednesday, 1.76 inches, beat the daily record set back in 2006. Second wettest year to date in Chicago, and you're over a foot above the average pace for this time of year. There will be rain for you late Saturday. That's where the soil moistures are really soggy, and yet you go south and east where we need the rain. It's dry. It's staying dry. So, you know, the haves and the have-nots continue. So with that front coming into the southeast, it doesn't look like it'll be enough rain to save your pumpkin crop in the southeast. Farmers in Alabama have resorted to buying pumpkins for the incoming crowds of fall enthusiasts. But even those pumpkins are starting to rot because it's been so hot out. And pumpkins aren't the only crop that's really suffering across the South. So to break this all down for us, Liana Brackett heads to the North Georgia Mountains tomorrow to see how farmers there are coping in these dry conditions. That's tomorrow starting at 8 a.m. on AMHQ Weekend and Weekend Recharge. So let's talk a little bit more about the rain chances in the southeast. Can we help out that drought at all? Maybe. I kept telling that front really loses some of its oomph. It does come into the southeast. It brings down your temperatures. That alone will help the drought to some degree because you won't be evaporating that soil moisture out as fast behind the front. But the front itself comes through with almost no fanfare. The further south and east you go, there will be a chance for showers and storms. It's just not going to be all that much. And look at the drought, right? Look at all the colors on the map over here. Those are all different levels of drought. 44% of the southeast in some sort of drought condition. That's the largest area of extreme drought since the end of May in 2017. So when you look at the amount of rain that's still to come with regards to that front, yes, you'll have some rain chances, but most of you will stay under an inch. This is not really a drought-busting rain event on the way. In fact, you'd need in the Atlanta metro area almost a foot of rain to end the drought. It has been really dry over the past couple of months. Now, the arrival of fall brings more migraine headaches for some people as well. Here's how the change in season can be a trigger for migraine sufferers. Fall. Mild temperatures, changing leaves, low humidity, and one unwelcome surprise. More headaches.
I think weather may actually be one of the most important trigger factors for the onset of migraine headache.
Dr. Vincent Martin is a professor at the University of Cincinnati College of Medicine. He's spent a lot of time researching the impact of weather patterns on our aching heads. He says the top headache trigger is an approaching low pressure system with falling barometric pressure.
Migraine patients often perceive the approaching low pressure system before it's actually overhead. They'll feel like things are just not quite right. They'll feel like they're getting a headache. They might even develop some nausea or sensitivity to light or noise.
The second most common headache trigger, thunderstorms and lightning.
We found that if there was one or more lightning strikes within 25 miles of a person's home residence, that there was about a 28 to 30% chance of new onset headache.
And forget about feeling safe on sunny days.
Bright sunlight is a very important trigger for migraine headaches, particularly in those that have migraine with aura. Bright sunlight often occurs with either an approaching high-pressure system or when those high-pressure systems just kind of hang.
So when it comes to tracking your headaches, you may need to track the weather. Try keeping a headache diary. download a good weather app, and keep medications on hand. You may not be able to prevent the pain, but you can be better prepared. And so much more to come here on Weather Underground. Some relief for the drought in the southeast, as we talked about. Rain is on the way thanks to a tropical disturbance in the Caribbean, but will it be enough to break that drought, especially in Florida, where Lake Okeechobee needs the rain? Also, pick your favorite video of the week in tonight's Six Pack. Is it Eagle Eye View or Aurora Swirl? You can vote on our Twitter page and in that way be part of the show as we reveal your favorite video of the week.
This is Ava. This is what Medicare from Blue Cross Blue Shield does for Ava's shoulders. And with plans that fit every budget, imagine what we can do for you. This is the benefit of Blue.
Anyone can deliver pizza. Only Marco's can deliver America's most loved pizza. Hot and fresh and right to your door. Every day, get 2 medium, 1-topping pizzas for just $6.99 each. Hello to America's most loved pizza. Hello, Marco's.
Alice loves the scent of Gain so much, she wished they came in a fabric softener, too. Say hello to your fairy godmother, Alice. Oh, and look, they've got Gain scent beads and dryer sheets, too.
Best part about football? The highlights. So Dish gives you NFL Red Zone, no extra charge. That's every touchdown from every game Sunday afternoons. Because we know if you miss that action, you miss all this action. And that would be an awful shame.
Dish with NFL Red Zone at no extra charge. Tuned in to you.
So my husband and I are remodeling our kitchen. Do you know any good contractors?
Maybe.
Oh, that's great. Can you find me the highest rated pros, then book me the best one for the job?
You can't expect your neighbors to do everything HomeAdvisor can. So just ask HomeAdvisor.
I appear to be rolling out of control. All this rolling reminds me I have Rolos. Rich chocolate candy and creamy caramel. So delicious.
That's how you Rolo!
Breathe. Every breath makes you feel closer to nature. And every sip makes nature feel closer to you. Michelob Ultra Pure Gold. Beer in its organic form.
During an emergency, a network becomes a critical line of communication. Connecting first responders to technology and to each other. FirstNet is the only officially authorized, highly secure wireless network without throttling or the clutter of commercial traffic. Built with and for first responders. It's the help you need to help the people who need you.
This is Kate.
Hey.
She takes 2 prescriptions. Kate's son Jack takes 1 too. Kate works hard and thought she had good insurance. But she still pays too much. That's no good. So Kate downloaded the GoodRx app. Now she can compare prescription prices to find the best discounts. She even beats her insurance price. Good for you, Kate. Good for you. GoodRx. Stop paying too much for your prescriptions. Download the free app today.
Success begins with certainty, knowing for certain your logo will look perfect. Trust the promotional product experts at 4imprint, and it'll be right the first time, on time, every time, guaranteed. For impressions that build trust, engagement that's exciting, and gestures that lead to meaningful conversations. For confidence that inspires everyone around you. Start with certainty. Explore thousands of promotional products at 4imprint.com. 4imprint. For certain.
Pushing your forecast even further with Emmy award-winning reporting.
This is the lowest level that you should be in.
You're watching America's most trusted TV news network.
Coming up at 8 p.m., right after Weather Underground, it's Highway Through Hell. Check out this sneak peek of tonight's dramatic episode, A Mighty Winter.
This season on Highway Through Hell.
I'm expecting mayhem.
Why in the hell would you drive into this kind of weather unprepared?
Crazy.
Wow. Yeehaw!
Whoa!
Unreal! This is stupid.
Ain't that a beautiful thing?
Come on, let's go! Oh!
Watch yourself. Go. Hey, here comes Calvary.
If you don't respect this mountain, you're dead. Woo! Watch it!
That's my Sasquatch call.
Man! Holy cow!
Dancing shoes are on. Let's get the party started.
That's Highway Through Hell. That's coming up next, 8 o'clock Eastern. But we also want you to know about this. On Sunday, a new episode of Storm Stories, the next chapter. It's a cruise from hell. Everything that could go wrong does.
March 2019. Off the coast of Norway, the Viking Sky is fighting to stay afloat. 60-foot waves are pounding the cruise ship toward the rocky shore, only 300 feet away. Making matters worse, the ship's engines have failed.
It was obvious that we were dead in the water. We have no power, and we have seas as rough as they are. You know what's going to happen next?
The power outage causes another dangerous problem.
After the ship lost power, it was no longer stabilized. So it began to roll more and more dramatically, which turned the ship sideways to the waves. Then the general alarm sounded.
Lifeboat station.
The captain has ordered all passengers to move to their evacuation or muster stations.
When that happened, it was a real moment of awakening because, oh my gosh, this is really, really serious.
We looked at each other, said, oh my God, this is for real.
Shortly after that, the captain came on the PA again and said, we have declared a Mayday. Mayday means the ship is in danger of sinking.
That's Storm Stories, the next chapter, Sunday night at 8, 7 Central, right here on the Weather Channel. We're also watching some big waves around the world tonight, including in Taiwan, where Typhoon Maitag is churning up the waters. And look at that crashing against the seawall. You can really feel how strong the winds are as they kind of blow off the top of the waves, those white caps getting obliterated by the winds. And so the Westpac still going, but what about a little bit closer to home? I want to bring in hurricane expert Dr. Rick Knabb. Dr. Knabb, this time of year, you can have storms that form on old fronts. You can have just normal tropical waves still. A lot of ways to get some homegrown systems.
Yeah, and so we really can't declare hurricane season even close to being over, even though it just kind of feels like it. You know, we had the big September tantrum. Lots of storms, lots of big hurricanes, lots of disasters, unfortunately. But also, unfortunately, we can't just say no more because historically speaking, we've got about a quarter of the hurricane season still ahead of us in terms of overall activity. That peak later in October is not all that different from middle to late August. That's how often we see activity in October, and a lot of it, as Mark said, can form close to home along old fronts, along tropical waves that make it all the way across and then form in this hot spot, especially in the Northwest Caribbean and in the Gulf. But we also have to watch the tropical waves out in the Atlantic, where there's one out by Cabo Verde that we'll have to watch. But a lot of upper level lows right now. It's a very messy pattern right now, but eventually this warm water will probably churn something out, but it doesn't have to happen in that area. there's an area out in here in the central Atlantic that we have to watch. Hurricane Center's identified a 20% chance of getting a tropical or maybe subtropical depression or storm in the next 5 days. There's nothing out there yet, but this is where it could form way east of Bermuda and southwest of the Azores. Let me show you in the models what's going to happen here. The colors are low-level spin, and the solid lines are kind of mid-level high pressure and low pressure. By the end of the weekend, we get a big front draped across the entire Atlantic Ocean with an upper-level low near the Bahamas. But then, on the tail end of this front, we get a spin forming northeast of Bermuda. Mark, that's probably, even if it happens beyond 5 days, going to become Melissa. If it's tropical or subtropical, one way or another, that might be where we get our next storm.
And there's another front after that one, which could also have tropical development along that. So we're not done with the tropics, and we're not done with Weather Underground. We'll be right back.
Try the all-new Pretzel Bacon King from Burger King. Made with flame-grilled beef, melted American cheese, crispy bacon, and crowned with our warm pretzel bun. Get your hands on the Pretzel Bacon King today, only at Burger King.
This is the Little Flower Soap Company, a small business on Amazon. I'm Holly.
I'm Justin.
This is their beautiful, luscious, flower-filled soap. These are their employees. And we're hiring. This is their lavender field. It's still growing. This is the worst-smelling thing in their office. More than half of everything sold on Amazon stores worldwide comes from small and medium-sized businesses, like the Little Flower Soap Company.
If you've tried college but never finished, SNHU lets you transfer up to 90 credits toward your bachelor's degree.
It doesn't matter how old you are, you can do it. You can finish.
Finish your degree at snhu.edu.
If you're on Medicare, remember, the annual enrollment period is here. The time to choose your Medicare coverage begins October 15th and ends December 7th. So call United Healthcare and take advantage of a wide range of plans with a variety of benefits, including an AARP Medicare Advantage plan from United Healthcare. It can combine Medicare Parts A and B, which is your hospital and doctor coverage, with Part D prescription drug coverage and more, all in one simple plan for a low monthly premium, or in some areas, no plan premium at all. Take advantage of primary care doctor visits, preventive dental care, and an eye exam, all for a $0 copay. Plus, earn rewards for completing other preventive care activities like flu shots and annual physicals. You could also get over $150 in free health and wellness products. So now's the time to look at United Healthcare's variety of plans and let us help find the one that works best for you. Also ask about our PPO plans that let you see any doctor who accepts Medicare without a referral, and take advantage of in-network costs, at home or traveling, when you see doctors in the United Healthcare Medicare National Network. With many of our Medicare Advantage plans, you'll have $0 copays on the most common prescriptions. In fact, last year, our Medicare Advantage plan members saved an average of over $6,500. And with Renew Active, enjoy a free gym membership and up to $115 in rewards for staying active. You can count on our guidance and support to help you get the most out of your plan. We can also help you schedule appointments or find a specialist. Annual enrollment ends December 7th. Start taking advantage of all the benefits of the only Medicare Advantage plans with the AARP name. We make it easy to enroll too. So call United Healthcare or go online today.
My turn.
It shows up at the end of the year.
Coffee Mate seasonal flavors.
It really makes the season.
Oh, peppermint mocha.
It's related to nature.
Pumpkin spice. This is gonna be a while.
Yeah.
Try Coffee Mate seasonal flavors. Coffee's perfect holiday mate.
Now at Domino's, we're more than just hand-tossed pizza for $7.99. We're $7.99 gluten-free crust, $7.99 handmade pan crust, $7.99 Brooklyn-style crust, and $7.99 crunchy thin crust too. Carry out 3-topping pizzas on any of Domino's 5 crusts for just $7.99 each.
Coming up tonight on Weather Underground, it's that time of year when we can see some of our strongest tropical storms of the season. But with the Atlantic on a bit of a low simmer right now, we ask, how long will this tropical season last? Our hurricane expert, Dr. Nab, has the answers coming up. A rip current warning if you're headed to the beach this weekend, especially the Outer Banks. 3 people have already died there this week. We examine what makes the Outer Banks so vulnerable to rip currents. And pick your favorite video of the week. Head over to our Twitter page and vote in today's six-pack. Is it Eagle Eye View or Aurora Swirl? The results coming up later in the show. Hi, everyone, and welcome into this Friday edition of Weather Underground. I'm Mark Elliott, joined in studio tonight by our hurricane expert, Dr. Rick Knabb. And if you haven't noticed, it's a bit hot out. Just a crazy, crazy setup this week. We're almost at the end of the week, and we're almost at the end of the heat. But all those dots on the map were high temperature records falling today. There will be more tomorrow as well. Atlanta still at 95 degrees. That's crazy. This time of day, this time of year, for it still to be 95 degrees. It's like mind-boggling how hot it is out there. That's after you got to 97 and obliterated your record. How about Montgomery? Don't you feel for Montgomery? It had 101 today. Seems too late in the year to be getting 101 degrees, but alas, we got there. Atlanta, if it were just today or just the past couple of days, it would be one thing. But no, this is the never-ending summer. That's what everyone keeps stopping me on the streets about. 91 days with 90 degrees or higher. That's a record. We beat the warmest October day multiple times, only beating like the previous day, right? We got the hottest for so late in the season. Just all the records were falling for Atlanta. And it's not just Atlanta. Basically anyone, South Carolina, Georgia, Alabama, into Mississippi, those records were falling. There is some relief on the way. You see some yellows and greens on the map, temperature colors that we haven't been able to show you all that much of.